Okay, section 10.3. Now we've already done most of the work for 10.3. You just didn't realize it because we buzzed on past it on our calculator. Okay, but if there's a line, going through those points right there, what is the equation of that line? Some sort of like y equals mx plus b type thing. Okay, we already had the answer to that. Now, the blue here is, well, I still left that little old lady in, and I put all that into my calculator. My calculator told me A is 5.81 and B is 0.293, which you buzzed on past because you didn't need it. Okay. And honestly, if it turns out, when you've buzzed on past, if it turns out that R says it's not correlated, then this stuff right here is meaningless. Okay, you don't have to write this down. If it's not correlated, problem over. Okay, there is no line of best fit if it's just not going to fit. So even though your calculator will tell you one, you don't write it down. All I would write down on that first problem we did is, hey, there's my R. This is not correlated. And then I don't write anything else down. Okay, but then I eliminated her. And I started again. And I got R 0.866. All right, so then I went, oh, that one is correlated. And then these numbers in A and B make a whole lot more sense. Okay, someone's going to say, oh, what's the equation of this line? Now that it is correlated, hey, what's the line that fits through there? Okay, well, it told it all to me right here in this. First of all, it says y equals a plus bx. If they had been using the format y equals mx plus b, they probably wouldn't have to write it down because everyone knows you're supposed to write y equals mx plus b for a line. Okay, but they didn't. They wanted to make up their own letters. First of all, why didn't you put the part with the x first and the part that's like the y-intercept? Why didn't you put that second like everyone else, which they didn't? Okay, which is one of the reasons why they have to tell you what they're doing. And second, why use the letter b for the slope when everyone knows slope stands for, the b stands for y-intercept. Okay, but they didn't. So that's why you got to jot this down. Because now when someone says, what's the equation of the line? I go and I get A. And I get B. And I stick them so that they're exactly matching with that. Okay, and mostly people don't really actually need the equation of the line. The only time you can have it is like you wanted to predict. Gosh, if somebody else tells me they read 11 magazines per month, maybe I could guess exactly how many hours they spend reading because I know it's going to fit the line. It would just give me a guess. Okay, in this case, the guess would be like 11.5 hours. That's about what it's good for, to actually know the equation of the line. The correlation, that's important. I want to know that. And somewhere deep in the laboratory, someone wants the equation of the line of best fit as well. But usually when you're presenting something, it's enough to tell people it's correlated. Now, correlation is not causation. You've heard that somewhere before. And really what it's saying is you can't tell which one of these causes the other one. Okay, if I drop by your house later with a big pile of magazines, all right, I'm still going to force you to read them. So even if you have 50 magazines delivered to your house, that doesn't mean you're going to spend some amount of time reading them. You might still spend 0 hours reading them. It's not going to cause you to read. So maybe that's not the causation. On the other hand, if you love to read, you read pretty much everything, then maybe you'll also get a whole bunch of magazines. So maybe it's this one causes that one. Or maybe it's something else entirely like, well, these people who read a whole bunch, first of all, they got a lot of free time, and second, they got piles of money because they can order a bunch of magazines. So maybe money is the thing, okay? Or being independently wealthy, or who knows what, all right? We can't really say what causes what. All we can say is there is a relationship.